Hey everybody, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in, because today I want to talk to you about one of my most favorite anime series, is One Piece. Now, if you haven't heard of One Piece on the off chance, it is one of the, greatest, longest running, most popular anime series to date, I would venture to say. It's been around since 1999, and that's just the anime. If I'm not mistaken, the manga started in 1997. But the anime started in 1999 and has been going ever since. So yeah, it's been around a while. So this video will be kind of a rundown or a summary for things you need to know if you want to get into this series. I'm a really big fan, but a lot of people tend to shy away from One Piece just for the simple fact that it is so long and seems to have no intention of stopping anytime soon. So, with that said, let's begin. If you don't know, One Piece revolves around a young man named Monkey D. Luffy, whose dream is to become the king of the pirates. Basically, he wants to be the king of criminals, I guess. But, I mean, that's what you would think, but that's really not Luffy's goal at all. He wants to be the king of the pirates, which in their world means sailing all the way around the world and finding a legendary treasure called the One Piece. Backstory on the One Piece. So, this legendary pirate named Goldie Roger was executed, I think it's like 20 years ago in their timeline or so. It's like 20 or 25 years or something like that. But right before he was executed, he shouted like a challenge to the crowd, all the onlookers, all the spectators who were there to witness his execution. He shouted this challenge not only to them, but to the entire world, basically, telling them that if they wanted his treasure, which was what he described as everything the world has to offer, he left it all in one piece, and they could, find it, go search for it. As far as he was concerned, I mean, he had already found it and got captured and was about to die, so he didn't really give a shit. But he was just like, if you want my treasure, you can have it. Go search for it. It's yours. Good luck. Peace out. But, and so from that moment on, with those words, that challenge spread like wildfire through this entire fictional world, and just pirates started popping up everywhere trying to find the One Piece that became like the goal of everybody who became a pirate, more or less. And so that is like the driving force behind Luffy leaving home and starting this adventure, despite the fact that he didn't have a crew, a ship, or really know where he was going. He just set out on a boat, and it's just like, I'm winging it. I'll get a ship as I go, I'll get a crew as I go, I'll just do everything flying by the seat of my pants. So that's Luffy, and well, that's more or less what his adventure is about. But as far as Luffy as a person, he is a 17-year-old idiotic saint, basically, who has a tapeworm the size of California. It's like a common anime trope with like the main protagonist that, they eat constantly. Like, they're never full, they're constantly hungry, they always want something to eat. And that is Luffy. But with him, it's not just food, it's meat specifically. It's like, you'd think he'd have scurvy by now, but I guess, I don't know. But so, Luffy is a bottomless pit. He's also like the sweetest kid you'd ever come to meet, but he's not exactly that smart. I mean, he has great instincts and battle capability, but other than that, he's just kind of a hapless dimwit. But he's really lovable, so that works in his favor. After he leaves home and sets out on his adventure, of course, he comes into a lot of different trials and tribulations. He meets his crew, which consists of a vast variety of characters, the first of which is his first mate and former bounty hunter, Roronoa Zoro. Representing Zoro, favorite character, just saying. Zoro is, like I said, a former bounty hunter who, because of Luffy, turned pirate, and because he was the first person to be recruited by Luffy, he consequently became his first mate. Zoro is kind of like the calm guy that every group has, like the calm, semi-stoic, lone wolf kind of character. Even though, because this series is largely comedic, Zoro does have his you know, hilarious moments, you know, just like everybody has. Zoro is also a running joke in the anime because Zoro has a horrible sense of direction. Like, you could tell him to walk down a straight hallway and he'd get lost. And it's hilarious. And the fact that he's in total denial about it. He never thinks he gets lost. And like, if somebody points out that he obviously got lost, he denies it or just doesn't comment whatsoever. But besides being the first mate, Zoro is also a swordsman, formerly known as Pirate Hunter Zoro. He was a bounty hunter, as I mentioned. He used to track down pirates, defeat them, cash in their bounties, and pretty much go along his merry way. And his goal, you know, like Luffy has a goal. Luffy wants to be king of the pirates. Zoro wants to be the greatest swordsman in the world. You know, this is a title he could only earn, actually, by defeating the current greatest swordsman in the world, which as of right now has not happened. But, you know, who knows what could happen between where the series is now and the actual end of the show. But yeah, that's Zoro's goal. He's a great character. He's fun. He's funny. He's my favorite Straw Hat. And he's just great. I love him. Second character would be, or not second character, but third character to be recruited. Second, I don't know, how would I say that? It's like third crew member, second to be recruited, if that makes any sense. And that would be Usopp. Usopp is great. He's another one of my favorite Straw Hats, even though I really don't dislike any of them. Usopp is one of my favorites though, because I see a lot of myself in him, to be perfectly honest. You know, Usopp is like that one normal guy amongst this group of superhumans, you know. Everybody is super strong, has powers, yada yada yada. Usopp is just like that one normal Joe who is just here like, what the hell is happening? You know, are we gonna survive? Is anybody else scared? You know, that's him. And a lot of Usopp's comments, his reactions are things that generally I can relate to, because I can see myself like doing exactly what he just did, given that particular situation. I love Usopp. He is the chronic liar, I guess, of the group. His lies are more like tall tales. He doesn't tell lies to be malicious. He basically tells lies to make himself be more interesting. Also, he's a craven coward who does not mind running from battle. But ironically, he's also the best marksman of the group. You know, he could like be blindfolded and hit like a bullseye on a dartboard or something. He's basically Hawkeye from the Avengers, but a really cowardly version. Let's see who else. Next person to join would be Sanji, who is the cook of the crew. Sanji is another favorite character, fan favorite. He's great, you know, he's the cook. He's very sassy, he's very smarmy, has tons of attitude. You know, I think if Sanji was from somewhere, like he has, I don't know, I would say he would be from France because all of his attacks are in French, but at the same time he has like the personality of a New Yorker or like somebody from Chicago, but because he has all this sass and all this attitude. And he's just a really awesome character, and he and Zoro have really great chemistry. They have this immense rivalry. They're always fighting, they're always arguing, which is hilarious. They've almost kissed on like 2 occasions. So for somebody who likes yaoi like I do, that's like, Oda, I see what you're doing. Yeah, teasing us. But, you know, they have a great character dynamic, the two of them, and it's awesome to watch. Next, we have the first girl, or, you know, to join the crew. That's Nami. She is the navigator. She's a former cat burglar whose backstory is, oh boy, it's horrendous. It's very, very hard to watch her backstory and learning like all the things that she had to go through in her village, her sister, her adoptive mother. It's just, it was a lot. Like, yeah, she had a lot to overcome. And honestly, when Nami was first introduced in the show, I did not like her. I didn't. I hated her. I was like, ugh, like, is she really gonna join? But after seeing her backstory and learning about her and her family and her village and their turmoil, I was like, okay, I see better now, like why she's like she is. And she does quite a 180 after officially joining the crew. She becomes more likable, and now she is, you know, one of the most popular female anime characters I think that there is. And so yeah, that's Nami. She's great. It's a lot to take in. One Piece is just, it is so expansive, you know. I can't really describe it as anything other than an epic, because there's so much story, there's so much plot, there's so much lore, there's so many characters. You know, I've been talking for 10 minutes and I've only described 6 characters, 5, because there's just so much. It's like I could talk to you about One Piece for hours and I wouldn't have covered everything. It's just one of those types of shows, you know. And it's one of the reasons why it's one of my personal favorites. And, you know, I love to talk about it. I love to tell people about it. I like to encourage people to get into it. I got kind of off track with this video just talking about the characters because they're so great. I can't help myself. So I think what I'm going to do consequently is I'm going to make a part 2 of this video so that it doesn't run too terribly long. And I will resume where I left off in part 2, which I hope that you will tune in for. Thanks a lot for checking out this video. I hope to see you for So You Want to Get Into One Piece part 2. Please check out my Facebook cosplay page, Mary Mary Cosplay. Follow me on Instagram, also Mary Mary Cosplay in all lowercase. I'll put the links and the names and stuff in the description below. And I will see you guys in a little bit for part 2 of this video. Thanks guys. See you in a bit. Bye.